out on us up in here, but we're gonna do the best we can. Hopefully y'all can see this. Maybe we get a little bit like ah ha ha. So I got bored on the bus. I started coloring, but this is day 2 of the Starscream jump off. I had to pull out a box of colored pencils for this. I felt like colored pencils, and it really goes good with the paper. But that's one thing you got to take into account, the paper. So this is a really thick paper, and it holds up pretty nice. So we're going to do the thing tonight, see how much we could do on day 2. And I don't know. It looked like he might make it to the computer. But the whole point of it is it's fun, again. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you're drawing for yourself than when you're drawing for someone else. Someone else may have a really great idea and everything, but when it comes from your own, when you're pulled into a world, you know what I'm saying? When you're naturally drawn to something without any outside influence, it's so much fun to just create and be in a moment. The ancient Mayans say that time is art, you know, and it's true. Speaking from experience, I know when I draw, time seems to disappear, as well as any troubles or worries. Everything seems to just dissipate for that period of time. It's actually a very nice cleansing, you know what I'm saying? If I was to call it something, or anything to describe it, it's like a nice purification process. It's where you really get to allow things to happen naturally without trying to force it or being dictated by an outcome. So what I'm doing first, let me get some light on these because I don't pull the wrong ones. And I should have brought me a pencil sharpener, but I didn't. So we might have to cut these things on the floor like back in the day. But I'm adding layers to the colors. I start with something lighter than what I really want. I want this red on here, but I'll start with a base orange so I can blend it in without having to do too much work. Because colored pencils, I'll tell you, this is one of the first things that I started out with was colored pencils, and this is what builds the forearm muscles, because you really got to grind it into paper, you know what I'm saying? Almost like pastel. But there's different levels of, you know, soft and hard, of course, but it's one of the greater ways I found to build up that drawing muscle. Natural talent alone is not going to get it there. You got to do the due diligence, you know what I mean? You got to practice and whatnot. But let's see how this is going to turn out tonight. So if you were here for part 1 last night, it was about an hour or so. We did the whole thing, and I taped it up, and it got hell yeah, we're gonna make a series out of this. And I did the black and white, and then I taped it together. And this is usually how it kind of starts, but you know, I don't worry about that because the end product is gonna look dope. It looks dope anyway, and I just wanted to color it. And for some reason, it said colored pencils tonight. Get the colored pencils tonight, and go in on it. A little beat up and folded from the trip because someone stole my bike, and then these old heads gave me this blue bike with no gear change or nothing. It was one of them old head classic joints, and that shit, man. I came outside of that shit this morning, and it had a big ass bubble in the back. As soon as I got on that bitch, it looked like one of them anacondas that swallowed a damn deer. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like, that whole thing. So I had to carry that thing back. But you know, this whole process of the eclipse and losing things and having to make do showed me a lot about how patient I've become with the process and how much easier it's been to let go and let God, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do at the end of the day? You know, you can sit there and stress about it and worry to no end, or you can just trust that something better is coming along. And pretty much that's all that's happened today, as well as releasing any pride or ego that would get in the way of me asking for help, you know, and knowing who I can lean towards and who could lean on me at the same time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of this energy of working in groups and energies coming together at this time, new and old. The old ones will be renewed, and you'll know who it is by what they're doing and how they feel about what they're doing. My homie called today. He was just really excited about the new stuff, and me and him have been working together for years, and I don't think I quite heard him like this before. You understand? And we still had that rapport. We could have a really intelligent conversation, but be on the frequency. So, you know, we're moving forward and expanding on that relationship, that friendship, and that partnership as far as business is concerned, right? And then there's a lot of new people coming in as well. But, you know, a lot of the old stuff is fading away. It's a little hard to let go of at first. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's getting there. I just wish it wasn't so beat up, because I had to carry it in my bag. All right, there we go. There we go. What I'm going to start doing is dumping a lot of these old prints too. So this weekend, be on the lookout. I'm going to do an eclipse, a dump off of all these prints so you can get some really great artwork for almost pennies on the dollar this weekend. I'll probably do it on Instagram first. You know, a little live who wants what kind of thing. I give y'all a sample. You're not going to get no originals unless y'all got that bread. Like, this is an original watercolor from Fancy. But I still have a few of these prints from the Comic-Con tours and whatnot that are still left. And I'm not quite sure how much I'm going to let them go for, but they're not going to be too much. And it'll be one of them things where the more you buy, you know what I mean, the cheaper it gets. So you could start off basically at 25, and if you get, like, you know, a couple of these, you could end up with 10. You know what I mean? Some of these for $10. These are some of the originals right here I have from Fancy's book. But then there's some of the Mayan calendar ones that I did, a little bit smaller. You know what I mean? And I'm a reasonable man with these. We could do prices. This Chariot card out of Fancy's deck made as a print. So it'll be a whole lot of stuff. I guess I might as well just start showing y'all here. This is my version of Dark Side. I did this for my cousin on a poster board. You know what I mean? Give him some of that flair, my own little touch on top of it. The poster board is ridiculous. This doesn't really do it justice. And then there's a couple of original characters that I created. A lot of y'all never seen some of these, you know what I mean? That's one of my villains in Fancy's world. Yeah. And these are some of the oldies but goldies. These are from, like, when I was going by a whole another name right here. But these survived a car wreck. I left the whole book on top of my man's truck, and he drove down I-95 with them bitches. And this guy got he works with the construction crew, found it, and he gave it back to me. It was, like, really weird, but it was one of those things, you know. His daughter was an artist, so I was able to bless him and his daughter with some coloring books for that. You know what I'm saying? Sophia's left. I got Rain Dance. You know what I mean? I got some real old prints, stuff like that. There's that Blue Eagle. Got an original. Anybody like Transformers? There's that original Thundercracker and that Starscream. There he is again. But this one turned out different. Oh my God! I put that in computer and he really turned into a samurai. Do I have money though? What kind of question is that? Why are you in my bank? Do you got money? This is an original from Fancy too. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. I'll probably do like a live auction. Yeah, that's the back cover for book 1. You know what I mean? There's some more of the Mayan characters. And that is the inside cover of book 1. All right. I tell you, people are asking a lot of shit. I guess it ain't for me to understand. And this stuff really looks great with when you go back on top, because this really holds that the ink. The colored pencil really holds the ink. It's wild. This is a whole nother level of trolling on YouTube. IG, you can see everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole nother level. It's gonna be alright though. Y'all gonna be alright. Y'all gonna be alright. This is part of why I wanted to do this, especially live. I usually don't be thinking about nothing. It just come to my head. I don't even know what the hell I was just talking about. I'm on the next one already. I'm doing a little bit different. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I figured why not. The last video did pretty well. So I figured, regardless if people are commenting or not, getting something out of it. If nothing besides some good ASMR and firsthand of watching some shit come to life. Not every day I do that, you know what I'm saying? I want to let people in the process. But definitely more to come. Definitely more to come. I think we'll take care of these missiles now. Because now the color will give it a lot more depth. What am I doing now? Hold on 1 second. Yep, goodbye. So we got him out of there. I forgot I had that button. Goodbye. Don't ask me no dumb shit. It's as easy as that. We do not have to entertain none of this shit anymore. Should have started with the yellow color pencils. You always start with the lighter colors first. The darker ones will chew them up and suck them dry, but good luck trying to get a lighter color to, you know what I'm saying, get a darker one out of there. You're going to be there all day. That's why I learned in the beginning. That's why I got all these damn forearm and wrist muscles. Learning shit the hard way, but it's always worth it. You know what I'm saying? Always worth it. So, let's get a little bit more detailed up in there. Yeah, look how that shine comes off of that. So now I got the color and the ink. This thing's gonna really pop. Especially if I do a little bit of the background, you know what I'm talking about? But we ain't gonna be on too long. I wanna watch this movie, Man on Fire came back up in the feed. I wanna watch that again. There's something in there, I'm sure, this time around. But we're working our way up to actual conversation and engagement. You know what I'm saying? Get some actual questions and start actual conversations. It feels like a little bit of the past is still peeking in to see what the hell I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the rest of y'all. If y'all experiencing things like that. But I'm over it. It's all good. There's no ill feelings. Then you put the orange. I don't know what the hell that was underneath. But the computer gonna take care of the rest of that. Don't worry about that. But this is what we, well, for me, this is what I used to do at the Comic Con. Somebody come up for a commission. I sit there for about half an hour, give them a commission, and be on. And they be on their way. They favorite characters. We were just talking about that today, about the journey through the comic book world as it is. And how much it was very much like what we're seeing with the Diddy thing. You know what I'm saying? All these years, there's always been guards and gatekeepers. I don't care what industry it was in. And for us, you know what I mean? I guess because of where we came from, or, you know, for whatever reason, we were never really take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? There was always somebody there to keep that door closed for certain people. But we learned a whole lot going through that process. And one was the confidence that we could hang with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was a couple of us. We used to go to, we went everywhere. Maryland, we'd go to D.C., Jersey Shore, Virginia Shore, Atlanta, down there at the Dragon Con. And my boy would go out there to San Diego. He even went to Canada and shit. So it's like, regardless of all that, we pushed through, and we met a lot of great people, a lot of great artists, and just people who appreciated art along the way. So shout out to those people who supported us all the way back then, you know what I mean? And knew what we was about, because, you know, it came a time where the substance just started really, you couldn't find it. Everything was so generic, you know what I mean? Everybody was drawing characters the same way, same storylines, same powers, or, you know what I mean? It just got really watered down. And when we came up on the scene, we had a whole different outlook to shit. And some people didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Especially in places where people were looking for something new. They didn't appreciate us getting money, you know what I'm saying? It came to a point where I used to tell them, look, y'all better get that shit before I walk in the door. I used to tell that to other artists. I was dead serious. Because it came to a point where I knew, you know what I'm saying? There would be people on flyers highlighting events I knew couldn't draw hands and feet. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you knew these motherfuckers was frauds in some form or fashion. And a lot of that is coming out in all these industries, you know what I'm saying? In all these different walks of life. But at the end of it all, I'm not mad about none of that. because it was just really a setup for what's to come, you know. Because I think about, what if we were successful then? Well, we might not be successful now. We might not have had the training that happened in between that really made us appreciate it, but we had to be treated a certain way, you know what I'm saying, in order to see how people were being treated, to be in a position to be those people who would treat people correctly. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta live on both sides of the scale to really understand it. But I say all to say, none of that really mattered when we were in the zone. Whenever the pencils and the markers were out, it was a wrap. And it wasn't to show nobody up, it just, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? When you really got a passion for what you love. And some people took it as competition, but that's when I learned that there is no competition but my damn self. You know what I mean? So yeah. Put a little bit more yellow in this one. I don't know, this lighting is pretty good for this too. See, look at that. You can't really get that yellow on top of that. But I'll tell you what I do. I make the missile a little bit yellow. Kind of shine. But we'll take it and put the blue on top of there. Put that on top of there. And now we'll get a little bit more depth on the missiles. So how everybody feeling out there? My goodness. I see somebody Wi-Fi going in and out. Somebody Wi-Fi going in and out there? Or is it just people walking in and out? I guess there's a million motherfuckers doing live drawing. Alright. 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 Yeah, we'll go, I don't know. Maybe, let me see what that gray look like. Let's see what that gray look like. Where's my gray, damn it? There it is. We'll do a grayish blue. Oh, we'll put a little bit of blue right there. That worked out perfectly. Sometimes you just never know how it's going to turn out. I like that idea right there. Just put a little light gray around it. Like that blue. So when I put it in the computer, I'll really lighten that up, make it look like it's glowing or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? So let's see. I got about 30 minutes. I got about 5 more minutes. Let's clean that background up just a little bit. Just a little bit. And erasing color pencils, oh my God, that's even worse. Especially on this kind of paper. It's a little thick. We'll do, let's see. I'll tell you what, we'll finish this leg up and call it a night. Since nobody's chirping, let's get a little bit more red up in here. Put some along the side. Orange in there. Just a little bit of orange, change the tone, and you'd be surprised the colors that go together. Where's that purple? Especially when you're shading and shit like that. That little bit of purple right there is gonna go along. Yeah, that look nice. Makes that blue a little bit darker. You can even give it a nice little outline on the back side without using all that black. Yes, sir. Now we give him some of them skid marks. Now this will really make it look like he landed. You know what I'm saying? Just have a little fun with that. And we can even get into his name with that. So when I put it in, I'll take this out right there. After I get a good picture of it. Oh, you know what would really be dope? And I'm gonna do it. Give me that purple again. Just because I fucking love them. I'm gonna put a little hint of Thundercracker back here to cover this shit up. Like he coming in right behind him. Just Let's make a nice looking cockpit, some shit like that, right? Like he coming in right behind him. And then we'll do like a missile launch over here. This is the shit I used to do to get in trouble in class. This is all I would do in some of them classes when I was a kid. And this is exactly what I'd be doing. It'd be me and my homies and shit sitting across from each other at desks, passing fucking pictures back and forth till we got caught. Not that brown. Matter of fact, instead of a black marker, let's get some black pencil up in here. And yes, I'm still using that tape from yesterday. That shit I recommended for your fender if it's fucked up. And now I get a chance to play with a alternate thundercracker design. And then we'll put skywork somewhere, of course. I might do a couple of them in the background. I'll just hint at them because with the color schemes, it's like if you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about? If not, oh well, you just think it's a whole bunch of other ones. You still get the effect though. So this way now I can put the background. Look at that light blue. And now that right there, I'll show you what you do with so-called mistakes. We'll make that one of the moons of Cybertron in the background. On some dope shit, right? We'll make this one of the moons of Cybertron. And that's how we'll fill in this background. And not only that, how about we put some astrology with it? We'll make it an eclipsed moon in the background, half eclipsed. Okay, where's the black? In the background, you don't want to put none of that real heavy shit on there. Background, we're going to keep it all pencil. We don't want to put none of that heavy marker on top of there because it'll differentiate between the ink and you'll really get to see the details. But you see, it doesn't take away from the gun, you know what I'm saying? This is where a chalk marker is really great. Chalk marker goes a long way. You put a nice little outline on the top, but we'll get that with the computer. No big deal. So we'll get Thundercracker just a little bit more detail. Just enough to make you wonder what the hell does his alt mode really look like. We can really switch it up a little bit. And then just to have fun, we'll hint at another missile right here. And we'll switch the perspective up. And I'm over my 30-minute mark. Okay, we'll go another 5 and call it a day. We'll finish thumbing the cracker up. Have them drop us some bunker busters or some shit. Alright, that's good for now. Never out of practice, you know what I'm saying? Makes perfect. Look at what we have. It always looks different than when you pull it back. Look at it on the screen. I actually like those missiles a little bit green like that. So I think we'll keep that. And then just to remind myself of what I'm going to do next, because I see where it's going, I'm going to do one last thing, which is start the landscape in the background of how I want it, because I see it's going to be about right here. And now I can start putting what he's actually going to be standing on in the background, so to speak. So this is where I can put maybe little buildings or something back here. Make you look like he's so if that's a moon of Cybertron, I'm gonna bring that up here. I'll put a little bit over there. Put some actual green in there this time. That's a good color for the background. Did I say green for the background? Nah. And then we'll move up to purple to start giving it that, where's that purple? Kind of outer space feel. This will be more up here. Yeah. So this is going to be a bit of Cybertron, so we can put a little bit of metal here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, let's really get a good look at it. Let me nail you down here real quick, big guy. So we had a thundercracker in the back, and we got to put Skywarp somewhere. And maybe something else going on in the background. Damn it. And this is the part about being in the zone. You just really don't want to come out. Hold on. I'm going to do this missile real quick. I'm going to do this missile. I swear I'm going to leave. I swear I'm going to leave after this missile. Take that orange. Okay. Well, that's it for now. We'll do 45 minutes. That's a good number. 4 and 5 is a 9. So it's a good place to just end it. But this is day 2. How about it? Or should I say 2 hours? It came pretty good. All right, good peoples. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are at. Wholeness and love for what you love doing.